Mom, don't freak out. That's what she says. Don't freak out. Her voice already shaking. I'm still holding my coffee mug, still watching the steam rise off it. Rachel? I press the phone to my ear like it's suddenly not working right. She takes a breath. Too long. I already know I'm not gonna like it. So, Ethan and I got married? Just like that. Married? I blink. My hand goes cold around the mug. You what? There's this weird silence. Not even a bird outside. Just her breathing. It was small, she says quickly. Just the two of us at the courthouse. I open my mouth. Nothing comes out. She barrels ahead like she's rehearsed it. I wanted to tell you in person, but you'd talk me out of it, and I didn't want to fight. Oh. I set the mug down too hard. The sound echoes off the tile. You didn't want to fight, I say slowly, like I'm tasting it. She makes this little laugh, not funny, nervous, sharp. Come on, Mom. You know how you get. I close my eyes. I do know how I get. She's right. Still stings hearing her say it. How long? I ask. What? How long have you been planning this? A pause. A while, she admits. We've been talking about it for weeks. Weeks? She didn't say a word, not one. I feel this heat rise up my neck. Jesus, Rachel. I knew you'd be mad. I'm not mad. Lie, big one. But I can't give her that satisfaction. Not now. I take a breath through my nose. Try again. So, that's it. You're married, just like that. I love him. Uh-huh. She says it like that's the end of the conversation. It's not. You didn't think your mother might want to be there, or at least meet the man before? You have met him. Once, briefly, in a parking lot, and he didn't look me in the eye. I mean properly, I snap, not some rushed hello while I was unloading groceries. God, Mom, can't you just say congratulations? I bite the inside of my teeth hard. Congratulations, I say flatly. Happy now? More silence. Then, we want to come up, maybe in a few weeks. I sit up straighter. Come up where? To the coast, she says. Ethan really wants to see the beach house. I stare at the wall. My heart actually stutters. The beach house? That's where we go next? I mean, she laughs lightly. He's obsessed with that place. Keeps asking if it's like part of the family trust or whatever. I grip the edge of the counter. He's curious? Yeah, he says it's beautiful. Wants to see where I grew up. She says it like it's nothing. But I can't breathe right. Okay, I manage. Well, let me know when you've booked tickets. Really? She sounds surprised. I fake a laugh. Why not? She softens. I'm happy, Mom. I wish you could be too. She hangs up before I can respond. Not that I would have. I stand there a long time, not moving, just still. That house, the porch, the pine trees, my mother's laugh echoing through the kitchen. That place isn't a vacation spot. It's a line in the sand. Last time I saw Rachel in person, we were standing on opposite sides of the kitchen island. Same house. It was raining, I remember, because the thunder made the glass shake. You're tracking water through the house, I said. She rolled her eyes. I'll mop. You always say that and you never do. I will. Jesus, Mom. She was 26 then, angry, tired, her suitcase half-zipped on the couch. She'd been living with me for 3 months after the layoff. Too long. I leaned on the counter, tried to stay calm. I'm just saying, when you're here, it's not just your space. She dropped the mop with a clang, turned on me. Turned on me? You never stop. I blinked. Never stop what? Controlling, picking, making everything a battle. My mouth opened, closed. Excuse me for asking you to wipe your damn shoes. She grabbed her jacket, pulled the zipper up so hard it caught. I can't do this. Where you going? She shrugged. Does it matter? Rachel. God, just let me breathe. The door slammed so loud it knocked a photo off the wall. I didn't call her for 2 weeks. She didn't call me for 2 months. After that, it was texts, holidays, a birthday call if we remembered. Until now. Joelle slides the cup of tea toward me. Chai, always chai. She knows I won't ask for it. She's married, I say. She married that man. Joelle doesn't blink. She tell you when it happened? I nod. Courthouse wedding, no guests. Joelle lifts an eyebrow. Romantic. She said I'd talk her out of it. Well, would you have? I sip the tea, burn my tongue. She leans back in her chair, tilts her head. You meet him yet? Once. And? I set the cup down. He smiled too much. Joelle snorts. Some people call that friendly. He asked if I'd signed over the beach house yet. She freezes. When? First 5 minutes. She mutters something under her breath in Korean, then looks at me. And now he wants to see it? I nod. She exhales through her nose, taps a fingernail on the table. He's after it. I stare at her. You think so too? I know so. We sit in silence for a minute. Outside, wind chimes clatter. She reaches over, puts her hand on mine. Don't let him near that house. I wait till I'm home, till it's dark out, quiet. I go into the study, shut the door, lock it. I haven't opened the file cabinet in years. The key's still hidden in the photo frame, behind his smile. I kneel, slide open the drawer. It smells like old paper and cedar. I find the folder. Deed, Moreau Beach property. My hands are shaking. It still has my husband's handwriting on it, his lawyer's notes. He was meticulous. I run my fingers over the embossed seal. Then I see it. Clause 4C. Transfer of property rights. It's underlined. My breath catches. They can't just take it. Not unless I let them. I sit on the floor, staring. My knees start to ache, but I don't move. I'm not sure I can. Tell me, would you have opened it too? I slept maybe 3 hours. Keep seeing his face. That fake, soft focus smile. The one that tries too hard. I kept hearing his voice too. So how'd you want to handle the house? Not if, not should, just how. Like it was already his. By morning, I'd made up my mind. Joelle told me not to poke the bear. She was standing in my kitchen, drying her hands on that ugly yellow dish towel she brings over every Sunday. You need to be careful, she said. I am. No, you're being stubborn. There's a difference. I opened the laptop anyway. Typed Ethan Kavanaugh, LLC. Nothing. I tried his full name. Then E.J. Kavanaugh. Still nothing. I sat back, crossed my arms. My fingers were tingling. Joelle leaned over. Let me try something. I moved aside. She typed E.J. Kavanaugh Real Estate Holdings. Bingo. There it was. A list of filings. Delaware, Nevada, South Carolina. Different company names. But they all linked back to a common mailing address. A P.O. box in Stamford. He was flipping properties, quietly, under different names. I knew it, she said. He's a shell. I shook my head. Rachel said he did consulting. Sure, so did Bernie Madoff. I almost laughed. Almost. Instead, I pulled the laptop toward me, clicked through the LLCs. One stood out. Coastline Strategic Ventures, filed 3 months ago, right after Rachel stopped answering my calls. I didn't say anything. Joelle reached for her bag. Don't sit on this. I didn't look up. I'm not. Then don't wait too long. The door clicked shut behind her. I sat there for over an hour, not moving, not thinking, just hearing Rachel's voice in my head. The way she used to say, "You don't trust me," like that was the problem, like it wasn't earned. I opened the drawer next to me, pulled out the old tin box. Still had her high school notes in it. I unfolded one, real careful, like it might crumble. "Mom, please, can I go with Dad this summer? It's only 6 weeks." That was the year she started hating the beach house. She said it was suffocating, said she couldn't breathe in a place that smelled like wet wood and guilt. She was 15. I said no. Not because I wanted to punish her, because her father would have let her drink beer on the porch and call it bonding. I told her she could hate me now and thank me later. She just slammed the door and didn't speak to me till October. So yeah, I've made mistakes. I still make 'em, but I never lied to her. I didn't fake anything, didn't pretend to love her just to get something out of her. I don't smile too much. 2 days later, I saw them downtown, by the bookstore. I was coming out of the pharmacy. They were across the street. He had his hand on her lower back, not casual, possessive. She said something. He leaned in, said something back. She laughed, then looked away. And he kept looking at her, like he was watching her too closely, like he was measuring her. I crossed the street without thinking. "Rachel!" She turned, startled. Ethan smiled. "Hey there, Linda." There it was, that same too white grin. "Didn't expect to see you out," he added. "Why not?" He blanked. "No reason, just you mentioned your hip." Rachel looked between us. "Did you want to grab coffee?" she asked. I shook my head. "No, I've got groceries." Ethan tilted his head. "Want help carrying them?" I stared at him. He laughed, light. "Just being neighborly." "We're not neighbors." His smile twitched. Rachel stepped forward. "Mom." "I'm fine," I said. "You two enjoy your afternoon." I turned and walked, fast, faster than I should have. My hip did start aching. I didn't stop till I was in the car. I locked the doors, sat there, keys in hand, breathing hard. I needed air. I drove to the beach house. It was overcast, windy. The waves were loud. I stood at the gate and stared at it. The porch sagged a little more than last year. The shutters had a new crack, but it still felt like home. That night, I called Joelle, told her what I'd seen. "You're spiraling," she said. "I'm not." "Then talk to Rachel. Stop doing this detective crap behind her back." "She won't believe me." "Maybe, but at least you'll know you tried." I didn't answer. "Linda?" I rubbed my face. "What if I make it worse?" Joelle was quiet for a second. Then, You already are. I hung up, went into the kitchen, made tea, didn't drink it, poured it down the drain. The next morning, I went to the post office, asked about the P.O. box in Stamford. Clerk gave me a look like I'd asked for the nuclear codes. Can't release that information. I'm his mother-in-law. Still can't. I walked out, got in the car, dialed Rachel. No answer. I didn't leave a message. That night, I couldn't sleep again. Too hot, then too cold. Kept thinking about that folder, the claws. I got up, went into the study, again. But this time, I took the folder with me. I brought it to bed, laid it on the comforter, just stared at it, like it might tell me what to do. And then I heard something, muffled, a voice, coming from the hallway. I froze, listened. It was coming through the vent, the old floor vent that leads to the guest room downstairs, the one with the futon, the one Rachel uses when they visit. I crept down, bare feet on cold wood, light still on under the guest door. It was him. He was on the phone. I leaned in, held my breath. Yeah, she's stalling, but I'll get it. She's sentimental. That's leverage. Silence. Then, I don't care if it's got termites. It's coastal property. That's the play. I backed away, careful, slow. Got back in bed. Didn't sleep. Didn't even close my eyes. Next day, I called Joelle. Told her everything. Every word. She didn't say, "I told you so." I said, "I don't have proof." "So get it," she said, "or tell Rachel." I can't just walk up and say I was eavesdropping through a vent. Joelle sighed. "Then you wait until he slips, or she sees it herself." "She won't." "She might." "She won't." I hung up again. I was starting to hate the sound of her voice. That clipped calmness, that goddamn certainty. I needed to see something. So I drove back into town, parked across the street from Ethan's office, watched for 2 hours. Nothing. Same smile, same little waves. Polite, empty. I went home, poured a drink, then another, then sat on the couch, lights off. I must have dozed, because I didn't hear the knock, just the door creak, and then her voice, low, cold. "Why the hell are you asking questions about my husband?" I looked up. Rachel stood in the doorway, face tight, arms crossed, eyes not wet, but close. Don't lie. I sat forward, slowly. I just needed to understand. Understand what, Mom? That I'm not allowed to be happy without your permission? That's not what this is. Then what is it? I didn't answer. She stepped further in. Her voice drugged. "You think he's using me?" I stayed quiet. "Do you?" I swallowed, then nodded. Once. She stared at me for a long, long time. She didn't say anything after that. Just turned, walked back out the door. Didn't slam it. Didn't even close it all the way. Just left. I sat there for a while, staring at the doorway, trying to remember how to breathe. Then I stood up, grabbed my keys, took the folder. I don't even remember the drive. I must have taken 1A. That sharp curve past the bait shack? No idea. I just ended up there. Gravel popping under the tires, salt wind slapping the windows. The beach house looked smaller than I remembered. Older. Roof still had that rusted vent spinning like it was gasping for breath. Porch light was on, dim, flickering. I pulled up behind Ethan's car. He'd driven her there. Of course he had. I parked, got out, didn't bother locking. My hands was shaking, couldn't hold the folder and fish for keys, so I just went up the steps. Front door was open, like they were expecting me. Voices inside, low, muffled. Then Rachel, louder. "No, Ethan, you pushed it. I said I didn't want this now." Silence. I stepped in. They were in the kitchen, lights bright. She had her back to me. He was by the sink, arms folded, face still, but that jaw was tight, like he'd been caught. Rachel turned when she saw me. Her face dropped. "Mom, you shouldn't be here." I didn't answer. I just held up the folder. He clocked it right away. His eyes twitched. I set it down on the counter. "I found your little claws," I said. Ethan laughed, dry, no smile. "You went through our papers? I went through mine. That folder was from my lawyer. You just added your little footnotes." Rachel blinked. "What clause?" He said, "It's nothing. It's just a standard contingency." "No, it's not," I said. "It's about the house, the only thing that's in my name alone." Rachel looked between us. "What are you talking about?" I looked at her, really looked, eyes red, hair a mess, like she'd been crying for hours. So I did something I hadn't done in 30 years. I sat down, hard, on the stool by the counter, let my shoulders drop, and I said, quietly, "You remember Caleb?" Her whole body stiffened. Ethan squinted. "Who?" Rachel whispered, "Don't." "No, it's time. She should know." She didn't move. He was her boyfriend, junior year. Kind, thoughtful, played guitar. Bit of a mess, but sweet. I looked at Rachel. She wouldn't meet my eyes. I kept going. I told her I'd cut her off if she stayed with him. I told her he'd ruin her life, that I wouldn't pay for school, that the house, this house, would go to charity before it ever went to him. Rachel's hand gripped the back of the chair. I said all that, screamed it actually. Then I watched her pack her things, get on a bus, and not speak to me for 6 months. Ethan was just staring now. Rachel said nothing. "I thought I was protecting you, but really, I was just scared of losing control, of losing you." No one spoke. Then Ethan stepped forward. "You're twisting this," he said, calm, like a teacher correcting a student. "You've never liked me. You've been looking for a reason to turn her against me since the day we got engaged." "I wasn't invited to the engagement." "Exactly," he snapped. I smiled, small, ugly. "Because you planned it without her?" Rachel flinched. He turned to her. "You know that's not true." Her lips parted, but she didn't say anything. He leaned closer. "Come on, Ratch. This is what she does. She pushes until you break, then pretends she's just trying to help." Rachel blinked, still quiet. He nodded, gentle now. "You told me, all those nights, how she made you feel small, how nothing was ever good enough." I stood up. "You were listening, not sharing. There's a difference." He glared at me. "Don't do that." "Do what? Play the victim? You think crying about Caleb erases what you did? What you always do?" Rachel finally looked up. Her voice was so low. "Where's your bag?" Ethan paused. "What?" "Your bag," she said. "The brown one. The one with your work stuff." He looked at her, then at me, then back at her. Upstairs. She walked past him, up the stairs, fast. I followed. He didn't. The guest room door was open. She was already on the floor, unzipping it. I didn't say a word. She pulled out folders, charger, pens, a pack of gum. Then a slim black portfolio, leather. She opened it, stopped, just stared. I stepped closer. The top page was a comps report, real estate jargon, photos of nearby properties, a sticky note, renovation equals double market value. Underneath, copies of my deed, handwritten notes. Then a typed summary from a lawyer's office in Cambridge. Subject, prenuptial addendum, marital claim over inherited property, potentially contestable via cohabitation clause. Rachel let the folder fall. Papers slid across the floor. She sat back, like she'd been punched. I didn't touch her, didn't say a thing. Downstairs, we heard the front door slam. She didn't move for a long time. Then she stood, walked over to the little window facing the dunes. Her shoulders were shaking, barely. "I wanted to believe him," she said. "I know. I needed to. I know." She turned, finally met my eyes. "I married him because he saw me. Like, really saw me. Not as your daughter, just me." My throat closed up. "I didn't think that mattered anymore," I said, "but I guess it still does." She picked up the papers, slowly, one by one. "Do you think he ever loved me?" I didn't answer. I honestly didn't know. We packed that night. Didn't talk much, just gathered things. I drove her back into town. She didn't ask to stay with me. I didn't offer. She needed space. I got home, made tea, left the porch light on. Didn't sleep. Again. Next morning, Joelle knocked. "Jesus," she said, "you look like a raccoon fell down a chimney." I just opened the door wider, let her in. She made coffee, strong, burnt. I told her everything. When I got to the part with the folder, she actually said, "That smug little shit," which made me laugh for the first time in days. I called a lawyer, had the deed reviewed. Turns out that prenup was almost airtight. Almost, but not enough. Rachel filed for annulment 3 weeks later. He didn't contest, didn't even show up to the hearing, just signed and vanished. I asked her if she wanted to keep her name. She didn't answer. She just handed me the folder, said, "Do whatever you want with it." And that was that. The beach house is quiet now, empty, but not cold. I keep the windows open when I go, let the air in. Sometimes I think about burning that folder, just watching it curl in the fireplace. But I haven't. Not yet. Maybe I need the reminder of what I almost lost, of what I still might. Because Rachel hasn't come back. Not really. We talk, we meet for lunch. She even stayed the night once. But there's a space now between us, like a bruise that hasn't faded. I can't fix it. I know that. But I keep the porch light on, just in case.